Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? I am here today to show you how to make this really cute slider box for a Valentine treat. I'll be making several Valentine treats. In fact, you may get sick of them because you guys know, if you follow my channel and are a subscriber, that I love treat boxes, and so I make a lot of them. I do make a lot of cards, don't get me wrong, but treat boxes are near and dear to my heart, and this is a slider box one. I came across this 3-pack of Valentine cotton candy party pack, it's called, and it was 3 packs. It had a pink, a blue, and a green, and so I decided to use those 3 colors on this packaging. You can see how cute it is. I'm using the Share a Milkshake Bundle, which is this stamp set and the really cool dies that come with it. If you purchase it as a bundle, you save 10%. You can purchase them separately. But this box is so cute, and inside, if you slide, there is the pink cotton candy. So I am going to show you how to make this really super cool box today. You can see we're using the little heart-shaped embellishments and everything. So fun, fun, fun. I hope that you guys enjoy. Let me pull out the blue and we'll work with that one for this particular project. I'll just set that off to the side here and move our box, move our stamp set and dies, and we can get started. So this Share a Milkshake Bundle is super cute. It's out of the mini catalog, which is new. It started on January the 5th, and I am already showing you guys how to make Valentine projects because before you know it, it'll be Valentine's Day, right? So you have to be prepared. So this little bundle is on page 12. There it is. And it's $44 in the United States for the Share a Milkshake Bundle. That is a discount. If you bought them separately, it would be $19 for the stamp set and $30 for the dies, so $49. So you save $5 by buying that as a bundle. And it has some cute sayings in here. It even has Be My Valentine, so it's a great little bundle to use for Valentine's Day. And during January and February, you can pick free products out of our celebration brochure with your purchase. So if you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. Just contact me at the link, and if you need catalogs, I'll be happy to send that out to you with your first order. So I do have copies of the catalog on my website, inkyhandswarmhearts.com. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to make this cool cotton candy slider box. So we are going to have 2 pieces, actually 3 pieces of cardstock to make it. We're going to start with the box bottom. And this piece of cardstock, it should be, and I do have to double check it, but it should be 7 3/16. I know, 3/16. I'm making you guys work hard. And 6 3/16. And the reason we need the 16th is that it is 1/16 smaller than 7 1/4. And 1/16 smaller than 6 1/4. So as you can see here, when I put my ruler up, I'm going to actually bring it up to the camera so that you guys can see. When I bring my ruler up here and I put it to the edge, 7 3/16 are 3 little tick marks past that 7-inch mark. 1 more tick mark would be 7 1/4. You need that slightly smaller piece so that when you wrap it, it will slide right into your holder. And again, here's the 6 3/16. So 1 tick smaller than 6 1/4. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to score it. So I'm going to grab my Simply Scored tool. And for the box bottom, we're gonna score the short side, which is the 6 3/16 piece. We're gonna score this at 1.5. And 4 3/4. And we're going to rotate it to the 7 3/16 side. And we are going to score it at 1.5 and 5 3/4. So you can see that we have a box. You have the main section, and then these are the sides, and then these are the pieces that we're going to glue. But I wanted to make the slider, and when I made the slider, I didn't want you guys to have to use a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. So I chose to take 2 pieces and make this wrap with 2 pieces of cardstock instead, so that you wouldn't have to use a 12 by 12. Not everybody has 12 by 12, and so I have 2 pieces for the wrap. They're both the same size. They're 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. So there's 4 1/4, 5 1/4. They're both the same. And we are going to score those in 2 places on the short side only. Okay? So we're going to score them at 3 1/4 inches. Oh my gosh, I totally messed that up. Okay, we'll fix that in a second. I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to show you. Don't do as I say, do as I do, right? No, that's wrong, because then you'd mess up like me. Just do as I say. On the long inch side, I don't know why I was thinking on the short side, but sorry about that. It's going to be at 3 1/4 inches and 4 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to get rid of that little mark. So we're going to do this again on the long side. So sorry, guys. 3 1/4 inches and 4 3/4 of an inch. So you should only have 2 score marks like that right there. I'm gonna get our Simply Scored out of the way, and I'm gonna grab my bone folder, and we're going to actually press that score mark that we don't want out. And it won't be gone completely, but we'll do our best to kind of press it out. The good thing is we are going to be having DSP over the top. So really the only place that it will be visible is on the side, and you probably won't even notice it. So there is our box. So I'm going to go ahead and burnish on the correct score lines, not on the one that I made a mistake on. So now at least I made the mistake, so hopefully you will not. Oh boy, I tell you what, life is never dull when you come to my channel, that's for sure. All right, so those are the 2 marks that we need for the wrap, and then we're going to go ahead and burnish our box bottom, and we're going to go around all of these sides. All right. Now, when you cut your box, you can do it many different ways. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim on the score line. Remember, these are the sides of the box. This is the bottom. And then these are the pieces that we're going to put the adhesive on and glue them to our box pieces. So we're going to cut straight across here. And I do not like the score mark, so I usually just completely cut it away. I don't like that bumped up edge. I'm going to go across the other side, and I'm going to be cutting. And I'm sorry if I am slow. I am dealing with carpal tunnel, and it's in my dominant hand. I have a little bit of it in my non-dominant hand, but it's not as bad. But what good does that do me since I'm right-handed? So that's one of the reasons I have not had very many videos out. I started having the pain in November, and I am waiting for my appointment on the 24th of January, and then I should be good after that. So we'll see what happens. It recurs, and I'm just trying to get on a different schedule for treatment with it, and so that's why I waited until the new year to get started on my treatment process, because I wanted it to always be at the beginning of the year, not at the end. So because of that, I've had a little bit of issues because I have numbness in my thumb and down this finger into the pad of my hand right here. So it's hard to cut, it's hard to tie bows, lots of stuff, but I'm doing my best. So I'm sorry again if I'm a little slow, but we're gonna go ahead and grab our multi-purpose glue. I'm gonna go ahead and purge what's in the tip because sometimes it gets caught. And we'll get ahead and put some glue and get started. So we're gonna put adhesive on these little square pieces here. And I'm gonna bring that in like this. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. Now these two pieces are also gonna go in. So I'm gonna actually turn them both and hold on to them and put the adhesive on both of them. And then I'm gonna bring my box piece up and release those. And then one at a time, I'm gonna hold on to them and press those into place. And we're gonna let this sit to the side and let it set while I glue the sliding portion of my box. All right, so for the sliding portion of our box, we're gonna put adhesive on this narrow piece. I know I'm playing with fire, not using my mat, so I'm gonna bring it in because we've already had one mishap today. Let's not have two. I'm gonna go ahead and open that up and press this wider portion against that narrower portion and just press that into place. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna make it a continuous piece so that you don't need a 12 by 12. All right, and we're gonna do our next piece. Again, same thing. We are going to actually, before I glue this on, I'm gonna go ahead and glue our front on because it's easier to glue when it is, actually it won't really matter because I can flatten it. But I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that now so that I remember which is the front. I have that little scar from the scoring in the wrong direction. So we'll lift this up. I'm gonna go ahead and cover that now, and no one will be the wiser that I made a little faux pas. All right, so there's that. And now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put adhesive on this narrow piece. And we're gonna bring this piece to it and just make sure it's flush up on that score mark seam. And I'm just gonna hold it in place. And sometimes you just need to give it a second to bond. And then I like to use my bone folder and just make sure that all of my pieces are adhered. So here's the other one. So there is our sleeve. And we'll give that a little second to also to, what do you call it, bond to it. You know, it just takes a second to actually grab and seal is what I mean by that. And so while we're doing that, I'm going to show you how to use this stamp set. The bowls of the two bowls are 2 steps. So you're going to stamp one and then the other. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to use a piece of basic white. And here's the stamps. I have them on the same block here. And I'm going to use Balmy Blue. So I'm going to ink up the solid one first. And I'm actually going to stamp off. So I'm going to grab a scrap piece. I have one here from when I was designing. And so I'm going to just use this. And I'm going to stamp down to stamp off. And I'm going to lift that up. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp that glass down onto my piece so that I have a nice pale blue. You see how dark it is because I recently re-inked my Balmy Blue. So it is quite dark. I wanted a pale version, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to grab my cleaner. I'm going to clean that side since I have both on the same side. I like to clean as I go. So now I'm going to ink up the more detailed stamp. And I'm going to line that up with the glass. And what I want is the side of this glass to line up with the side right here. So since they're see-through, you can line it up fairly easily by just hovering your glass over the top and then pressing that into place. And there is my glass. Isn't that so cute? And as it dries, it will lighten some. You can see I stamped with the same exact ink pad there, and it is much lighter. So I'm gonna clean that. And then what we need to do is die cut that out with this die right here. And it's the same scenario for this glass. You would stamp that in the stamp off and then stamp, and then this one would be the full strength over the top, and it gives you a decorative, kind of how this is a little decorative glass. This also becomes a little decorative glass. I love that look of it. So before I start doing any of those things, you can see that I have some hearts stamped onto this piece. So I'm going to go ahead and flatten it out, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp my cute hearts. I think that that will be fun. So we'll use our Sweet Sorbet. And it's a little set of 3 hearts. It comes in the stamp set right there. So we're going to ink that up, and this is Sweet Sorbet. I'm going to put one here at the top, one off to the side, one down in this corner, and then one off here, off this edge right there. So we have 4 placements for that. I'm going to leave the Sweet Sorbet out, And we're going to also use it for our sentiment. So I'm going to clean that stamp. And the sentiment says, "Life is sweeter with you," which I think is super cute. We're going to stamp it on a piece of mint macaron. So we'll ink that up. And then I will trim that down. Let me bring it a little lower so I can see what I'm doing. This is just a scrap piece that I have used. There is our sentiment. All right, let's clean that. That's all the stamping because I've already done the rest of the stamping. I will bring the sample back in so that you guys can see. So this Life is Sweeter with You, I'm going to trim this down, but you can see I used Blushing Bride for the top of the ice cream sundae, and I used a straw because it may be a milkshake. Who knows? It could be whatever it could be whatever we want. Let's say it's a milkshake and it has pink whipped cream. The straw, I used 2 steps. You get the 2 in the stamp set. So I used the Blushing Bride for the solid straw, and for the stripe I used the Sweet Sorbet. I think it turned out really great. Let me trim down our sentiment and get that ready for placement. Trim a little bit off this end as well. There we go. All right. So I have all of these pieces already stamped. So we're going to go ahead and assemble our little milkshake. So what I did was I took my adhesive and I just ran a thin line up here. And I set my, what do you want to call this? Whipped cream, pink whipped cream. I can't even think today. On top, I'm going to attach my cherry. So I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive. Put the cherry on this side here. So cute. And for the straw, I'm actually going to flip this over and I am going to put adhesive back in the back. And you can see that there's a little slit. I'm going to bring it up to the camera. There's a little slit right there in the back. There's also one there. The die has a slit in it so that you can slide in the straw, or if you're making a little ice cream bowl, a bowl of ice cream, you can slide in the spoon. I'll show you the spoon in a second. So here is the spoon. Very cute. All right, so we're good to go here so far. We're going to go ahead and pop up our little milkshake right here on the side. So let's go ahead and grab my dimensionals. I have the large dimensionals, or the regular size, not really large, right? But when you have those little baby ones, these seem really large. So I'm just gonna put plenty of those on here, and I have a little edge here. Let's see if it will fit. Right on this end to have a little stability down there. I'm also gonna take, and I saved the little edges, and I'm just gonna cut 2 really thin pieces for the straw. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off of here and stick it on that sheet because I'm to the end of that. But I save the ends, I'll show you. Here's the mini dimensionals and the regular dimensionals, and I cut around those so that I use all parts and pieces. I just leave them up here on my desk. So I'm going to add this straw, a little bit of adhesive to the back of the straw. So now let's go ahead and lift off of our dimensionals. I like to use my Take Your Pick tool for that. So I just kind of dig in there and grab the foam, the plastic backing from the foam. And I definitely love to do this because these little dimensional backings have a mind of their own, and they like to end up everywhere except in the trash can. So by doing it this way, I ensure that they end up in the trash. Just make sure I got those off. All right. So we will attach our cute, let's move it more this way, adorable. There is our little milkshake. Looks cute. And then we're going to attach the Life is Sweeter with You right here. So on this section here, I'm going to put some dimensionals. So I'll use this one, and I'll put one more. That will fill this space right here. And on this side, I'm just going to use wet adhesive. And that will attach itself to our milkshake. So let's pull the backs off. Oops, that one stayed on there. There we go. All right, and we will place Life is Sweeter with You. This is such a cute stamp set. I'm in love with it. All right. The font is adorable. All right, so there is our piece. Our box should be set. So let's go ahead and put our, oh gosh, what is this called? Cotton candy. I couldn't even think of the name of it. In our box bottom. So cute. And then we will slide our box in. Just gotta get that going and slide that inside. So the finishing touch is going to be the cute heart pearls, and they come in a very pearly color, a more white and like a shiny white and a matte white. So I'm going to use the little matte white hearts. I'm going to take one of the large ones, and I'm using the putty end of my Take Your Pick tool to grab it. We'll put that right up here on our milkshake. I think I'll put it, no, I like it over here on this side right here. And then I'm going to put one of the small ones on our sentiment here, and then I'm going to put one on the box, another small one. So we'll get that one, and that'll go right here on the box. These are very cute embellishments. You can also color them. Come on, get in there. There we go. So those are the heart pearls. Very, very cute. Let's get my dimensionals out of the way. Clear off my area. I'm sure I have made quite a mess of my surface here because I like to move everything around when I'm stamping. I'm sure I'm all crooked up. I am a little bit, but then not too bad. Let me grab the bundle again. So we've used the Share a Milkshake bundle to make these cute projects. Let's open one of them so that you can see the cute cotton candy inside. I hope that you enjoyed this project and that you will make one. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. Please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that, and I appreciate everybody who watches my videos. Thanks for being here. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!